It's recording. Hey, how are we? Harrison here, the Arabian Pleb. Welcome to the Arabian Pleb show. Haven't been here for a while. It's been over a month, I believe. So, hello. There's heaps going on, always heaps going on in my life and in the world. I guess the latest news in Australia right now is that Karl Stefanovic lost his job at Channel 9. Karl Stefanovic. I didn't really watch the Today Show. Didn't really follow his 21-year career, evidently. But yeah, I don't know. I guess he started a podcast recently. I think he's done about 70 episodes, a few more than me. And the reason why he got fired is this recent episode that he had released with Tommy Robinson got him in a whole lot of strife. I haven't watched the episode yet, so I mean, maybe I'll try and pull it up. I think from what I understand, it got pulled down, or he pulled it down after 12 hours, and then now Pauline Hanson has reposted it. So maybe we could go check it out and do some commenting on that. But first, I'll start with, let's go to this clip of Karl Stefanovic sort of saying his bit after he got fired. Obviously, I'm pretty cold. It's middle of winter in Australia, which isn't that cold, relatively speaking, to other parts of the planet. But when you get used to the heat for as long as we do here in Australia, anything below 15 degrees Celsius is bloody freezing to us. But enough of that. Enough about me and my woes. Let's go to Karl Stefanovic.
Hey guys, some weaker, so I'm free. Truly independent. I didn't get the chance to thank my free-to-air audience for 21 great years. So thank you for riding the ups and downs. You have my thanks and you have all of my love. To my colleagues, I'll ring you privately. But Says, look after everyone for me. I know they'll miss me desperately, especially Halos and Isaac and Abby and Timmy. But everyone there, I look forward to seeing you soon. To my audience on this show, thank you for your messages over the last couple of days. It has really meant everything to me. It wasn't easy this last couple of days.
There's something that annoys me about Karl and like the way he speaks and the tone of his voice, and it's so petty, and I shouldn't judge. Jesus tells me not to judge, so I shouldn't. I don't know what it is. I'm sure I annoy a lot of people the way I talk and my accent and voice tone. So yeah, what does Jesus say? Do not judge, and if you judge, you'll be judged by the way you judge others. Something like that, paraphrasing slightly. So shouldn't judge, but yeah, can't help it.
Yes. But we roll on. So here's what I believe in. The public deserve to hear perspectives. This country was built by, hard-working Aussies from all around the world, and they were bound by the same values, but very different experiences. So on my show, I've spoken to people who have different perspectives. I know that winds some people up. Sometimes I agree with everything a guest says. Sometimes I...
From what I have seen of his podcast, which I did sort of scroll through and check out some of his episodes when I first heard that he was doing a podcast, he's interviewing like John Howard and I don't know, like politicians, Tony Abbott, former prime ministers. I don't know. It just kind of seemed real shit. It's not that interesting. I mean, good on him for getting some of these guys in a podcast setting where we wouldn't normally hear them speak as, that candidly, but it just was pretty uninteresting and seemed real curated and controlled and, he's worked for Channel 9 for all these years and they evidently approved of him doing a podcast. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of had that vibe.
I don't, but importantly, you get to make up.
And maybe now that he's fired and truly independent, as he says, you know, maybe it won't be so seem so controlled and maybe a little more free in the way he speaks and voices his ideas. We'll find out.
Up your mind. You have the right to hear from different voices. Freedom of speech here and around the world is what this show is about. You don't have to listen to my show. You have the power. You are smart enough to make up your own mind. I want to thank our sponsors who stood by us, who believe in the freedom of speech that we're talking about, who are proud to stand by us, to stand by you. I hope other proud sponsors join the show shortly. We're looking for them. Well, we keep going. Thanks, legends.
All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of Karl and his little farewell video. Now, supposedly, this is the part of his episode with Tommy Robinson that got him fired. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched the whole episode, but I just sort of surfed Twitter or X and found some clips. So we'll have a listen to this. My thoughts on Tommy Robinson. He irritates the hell out of me just because he teams up with Avi Yemeni and he's very pro-Zionist, pro-Israel, has nothing to say about Israel's atrocities and slaughtering innocent people in Gaza and Lebanon and dragging America into a war with Iran, and has nothing to say about any of that. Has probably kissed the wall. I've seen him wear a yarmulke. Not that just wearing a yarmulke by itself is bad. No disrespect to the Jewish faith itself. I love Jesus. Jesus was a Jew, so nothing against Jews in that way, but the political animals, the Zionist Jews and Christians, there are many Christians that are Zionist, are just despicable, disgusting, and monsters. Have no problem slaughtering innocent people. Truly children of Satan. So, with that all being said, let's cut over to this little, I think it's like 2 minutes, and supposedly, according to some people on X, this is the reason why he got fired. That's Karl Stefanovic, reason why he got fired. And I think that, I don't even know, like my suspicion, my guess would be it's not even any particular moment in the interview with Tommy Robinson. It's just the fact that he interviewed Tommy Robinson as to why he got fired. So let's check it out.
I guess. So I spent 12 to 18 months in a city called Telford, and I spent time with dozens of girls and families, getting to know them and hearing their story and building and when I knocked on the door, I got them all banged to rights. They're all paid. So I said, okay. And the worst thing is about this.
So do you think now where things are at, you mentioned the by-election, Andy Burnham, it looks like he's, well, why not? Because this is a great country and it's just so lost. No, I think this is why you're so fascinating, because you sit outside of the established parties and the established movements, even if reformers come, as restorers come from reform.
And now you condemn me, and now you're literally reading my playbook.
But this is literally happening in Australia with the One Nation Party. And
I love her, Pauline.
And actually they're catching fire in the electorate.
Yeah. It's not the best place. You know that.
This is hilarious.
Mate over there.
The security guy.
And it was on 200,000 views. Now,
Okay, this wasn't the clip that I was thinking of. That's so funny though, dude. That's so good. What's this? What does it say here? Tommy Robinson was a very sniffy boy during the interview with Karl Stefanovic. Numerous people who have worked with and spent time with Tommy have alleged extreme cocaine abuse. That's so funny, dude. Why? Oh, God. Oh, give me a second. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the actual clip that supposedly is the reason why Stefanovic got fired. All right, let's check it out.
it's not what I believe is right. It's what's right. It's protects what you believe is right as well. Maybe not yet, but you will.
So what is your message? I mean, I started this interview by saying, I can't believe you're alive. You know they're going to keep coming at you.
Is this still the sniffing one?
What's your
Does he
message?
just sniff that much?
That we win no matter what. Lock me up in jail, we win. Proved it last time. Take us out, you make us a martyr. There's actually nothing they can do. There's nothing. They're in a bad situation because when the public, which they're getting there, when they realise the lies they've been told, same in Australia, I'm looking at what's happening in your country. When they look and they realise our daughters aren't safe anymore, we can't walk the streets, they're going to look at who's responsible for that. And it didn't have to be like this. So someone, government and media, as is happening now with the rape gangs inquiry, when the public who have been thinking this, but whispering it, when that dam bursts, which is close to burning, they're going to be screaming it. They're going to be screaming it. And then they're going to be looking to who lied and who told the truth. And trusting people like us is going to go here, and then it's just going to go down, and they're never going to be trusted again. And that's where we're at now. In fact, the polls show it. There's a poll of trust in media for Europe. Do you know the country that distrusts the media the most? Great Britain. Not the former communist states. Great Britain have the least trust in media. So, to people, Australians, to anyone, even if you're not in Australia, it's like, if not now, then when? We're losing our country, you're losing your culture. We've got 1,000 years of Christian English history in this country, and they've given it away in 70 years. They've caused the destruction of our entire nation. They've had a successful left-wing revolution. Attack the family, attack the church, attack masculinity, attack everything. But a counter-revolution has now started, and they ain't going to be able to stop it.
Good to talk with you, Tommy.
Nice one, thanks.
Here's a little message to Piers Morgan. Huh? I'm going to try and stay calm. I'm going to try. Huh? Tonight I watched Piers Morgan censor that he likes to call uncensored, even though it's the most censored show online. Huh? Why are you mentioning my name? Why are you even talking about me? Huh? With lies. Total fucking lies. Huh? Talking to my mates, Andrew Wilson and Gavin McGuinness, telling them that the reason that I bottled an interview with you is because of some case or solitary confinement. That's a lie. Huh? The reason that I didn't come on your show is because you're chasing clout. You're chasing clicks. You lie. You hide. Yeah? You cover up. You're part of the elite. You live in a fucking box, mate. You stupid fucking div. Yeah? Just like when you go to your Arsenal games, you go in a box. You never stand with the people because you're not a man of the people. You live in a box. Huh? I said I was going to try and stay calm. Huh? But what pissed me off more than anything was when you told my mate, Gavin McGuinness, that he never come to a football game with me in fucking Luton. I was with him 7 years ago in a fucking football game in Luton. Maybe you should try to come to fucking Luton. Maybe then you'd understand the problem. Come to fucking Luton, mate.
Yes, dude. Oh, so that is Tony Lapidus. Tony Lapidus, great comedian. Shout out to him. Go check him out. Does fantastic impressions like this one of Tommy Robertson. Love it. So this right here, this is why I don't know. I'm going to struggle to ever really get on board with Karl Stefanovic because of this, what we're about to watch right now. And I get it. I know that like people can change and, can realize their errors and then if they apologize for that, like that's fantastic. And that's what we expect of people, especially people that are so wrong and make such catastrophic mistakes that lead to all sorts of evil outcomes. We want them to realize their error and to apologize and make sure they never commit that error ever again. Or, maybe it wasn't an error. Maybe, a lot of it, like Karl Stefanovic right now, what we're about to see, a lot of it is like intentional. Like he was like, thought he was so righteous in saying what he said and acting the way he did. So I guess it's like not an error, but then they realize the error of their thinking, like that, the error that they made that led to them being so awful and committing evil things. So that's all we can hope for, I guess, is that these people do that. More people who are committing evil acts stop doing that and are sincerely apologetic. Having said all that, let's cut over to let's cut over to Karl Stefanovic, 2016 versus now.
This country is built on so many pillars, including those who come from faraway lands with not much more than hope and a drive for a better life for their family. They have made this a better place. They helped make modern Australia.
I think the level of migration has certainly worked its way into popular thought. There's got to be a balance there somewhere, right? I mean, you ran a small business, a number of small businesses. There's a bunch of workers coming in from overseas now that are needed. There's a business yesterday that I was at, Nepalese, are here working. So what is the right balance for Australia? How many and what, what sort of skills should they have?
This is my shot.
This is my shot.
Okay, so that wasn't the worst of it. Like the immigration stuff. Like clearly, Australia and a lot of other countries around the world have issues with immigration. Some more than others. I'm actually of the opinion that the immigration issue in Australia, though it is not good and we need to do something about it, it's not as bad as, say, what's going on in the United States of America or what's going on in much of these Western countries in Europe. Still, it's not great, but I'm of the belief that it's not as bad as what's going on in those other countries. But anyway, this is what really makes my blood boil right here.
They have.
This is my shot.
This is my shot.
This is my shot. Come on, Australia. Let's get the job done.
The one thing
The fact that he fucking got on board with that vaccine campaign is disgusting. It is atrocious. It's an abomination. So let's hear what he has to say about it now, 4 years later.
say about me is that I supported the COVID jab. I have regrets from that time.
Yeah.
And I am definitely sorry for the role I played in not questioning the science, in not questioning more the government mandates. And I feel like I isolated people because of that. And I don't think...
Oh, you feel like you isolated people because of that? And your deepest regret is that you just didn't question it enough. What about the fact that you got on board with their campaign and probably took a massive paycheck for that? You actively pushed it. You didn't just not question. You actively encouraged and pushed and demonized people who questioned.
The media should be involved in that kind of messaging. What I do believe is that we should have been there to offer some sort of education, but we shouldn't have taken that step further and been part of a campaign. And I'm legitimately sorry for that, because I don't know how that would have felt for people out there.
Clive, have you lost the plot?
Yeah, it felt fucked. It was fucking terrible, dude. That is unforgivable. Well, it's not unforgivable, but it's so, like, you need to apologize every single day. I reckon he should be starting his podcast every single episode with a deep, sincere apology for what he did during that COVID era, during the lockdowns, during the vaccine campaign. Unbelievable, dude.
In southern
Clive.
China.
Clive, have
no,
you
I'm
lost
telling you
the
the
plot?
truth.
Clive Palmer joins us, billionaire businessman, political disruptor, and one of the loudest voices in Australian politics, with his take on what the government got right, what they got wrong, and where he believes the country is heading economically.
Whatever. That last one isn't as bad, whatever. Like, it's okay to disagree with Clive Palmer and then to, have him on your show years later and be a decent person to him or whatever. Like, it's not that big of a deal. The big deal is the COVID thing. That's fucked up. So fucked up. I don't think that his apology was adequate enough either. I think he needs to go a lot further because he played an active role in that propaganda campaign. It's fucking disgusting, man. So I guess we'll play a little bit of the Stefanovic, Tommy Robinson interview. We'll just start it. I don't know how much I can sit through this, but we'll give it a crack and go from there.
Tommy, great to talk with you, finally. I'm surprised you're not dead yet.
So am I. I didn't think I'd make it at 40. I'm 43. I'm not even joking.
You have tested, I know you're not.
No, I'm not joking.
You have tested the boundaries. I feel like it's got, even harder for you in some ways, but also your message is finally getting out there. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is, because the media and the establishment had the monopoly on the message for so many years. They could tell people who I was, and people believed them. And now, thanks to Elon Musk, because there was a period, 2017 to 2024, I was invisible. They deleted me. Delete me from everything. I mean, everything. You couldn't, if you went on Facebook and mentioned my name, they'd delete your post. I was put up as a figure of hate. And there's actually an interview with a CEO of Facebook, and it's on Danish TV. And they're questioning him, because what happened was I was invited to Denmark, I spoke at Parliament, and then any of the politicians who mentioned my name, on the lead politicians from Denmark, they had their post deleted. So they're outraged, saying, how are we being censored? And then they literally got one of the CEOs from Facebook on an interview, and he said, yeah, you're not allowed to mention Tom Robinson. You're not allowed to mention...
All right, I can't. I'm not going to make you guys sit through this, but, whatever. If you want to check it out for yourself, this Drew Pavlou on X has reposted it. That's the one that I found here. So, whatever, at Drew Pavlou on X, and you'll find it, I'm sure. And in my own time, I guess I'll sit down and watch as much of it as I can. Let's check out these markets. Let's check out these charts. So, we're just looking at gold in Aussie dollars, $5,801 and change. And we're just fully confined to this downward sloping channel right now. This is just like the most conservative way of looking at this downward sloping, sell-off. There's probably a wedge in there too that you could draw, but I just like to take Mitch Ray's advice. Mitch Ray TA, technical analysis. Mitch Ray TA on YouTube. Check him out. He's great. It's pretty much where I learnt most of this stuff, and he's standing on the shoulders of giants, and he explains where he gets his education from. So I'm not going to go into the detail, mainly because I can't remember all the details, but check him out if you want to know more. So gold, just confined to this channel, not much more to write home about. Really hugging this heart line here. Let's go to silver in Aussie dollars. Fresh lows right now. $81.91 or $81.50, sorry. Yeah, big sell-off, and I think we're going to be in this sort of bear market. Is it a bear market? Let's check. A bear market is like 20% or greater of a sell-off. Yeah, we're well and truly into a bear market. 50%, 52% to be accurate of a sell-off since the all-time high. Let's go silver in US dollars. I mean, again, it's just going to be exactly the same, but let's check it out. And $56.13 and a little bit. And gold in US dollars just now under $4,000. $3,993 and change. I might just lengthen this little channel I've got painted here. But yeah, pretty similar to the Aussie dollar, gold to Aussie dollar chart. Just hugging that heart line, aren't we? What else do we want to look at, y'all? What else? Is this the gold to silver ratio? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, gold silver ratio. So this is an interesting chart to keep an eye on. I mean, it's probably not telegraphing too much right now, but so I'll just go to a weekly so we can see a little bit more data. So it's currently the price of gold in terms of silver. So like how many ounces of silver does it take to buy to buy 1 ounce of gold. It takes 71.226 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. And the rule of thumb, from what I've learned, is that anytime gold is above, what is it? It's like, well, we can probably work it out from history. See, this only goes back to 2007-ish, 2006. But yeah, it's like anytime gold is above, I think it's like above 60 ounces. So if it's more than 60 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold, then gold is overvalued. And if it's less than 30 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold, then gold is undervalued. So anywhere between, say, 60 and, what did I just say? Anywhere between like 30 ounces and 60 ounces of silver, it's probably like pretty fair value in terms of, the price differential of silver to gold. So like all of this, what I'm trying to say is that if gold is above, if gold is above 60 ounces of silver, then it's probably worth selling your gold and buying silver, swapping your gold for silver. And then if the price gets below that 30 ounces, then trade your silver in and buy gold. Hopefully that made sense. But you can see, like, there's been times in history, like in 2011, where it got down to 30 ounces. So that's like pretty cheap. And then there's been times in history where it's got to 127 ounces of silver to buy 1 ounce of gold. That's like gold's relative to silver overpriced. Not in terms of dollars. In terms of dollars, I think both gold and silver are dramatically undervalued because the dollars are worth nothing. Governments just print them and allow banks to print them to just create new units of dollars all the time. Supply and demand. You increase the supply, the value goes down. Okay, what else do we want to look at? May as well have a quick look at the Dixie. And it's there's been a bit of buying, I guess. So 101.52 is the US dollar index. And the way that the US dollar indexed is priced is the US dollar is measured against a basket of other currencies. I can't remember all of them, but there's a handful of them. Maybe I should look it up because I do often say that and I never actually know what the basket of currencies are. How is the US dollar index calculated? Okay. The US dollar index, or DXY, measures the strength of the US dollar against a basket of 6 major foreign currencies. It is calculated using a weighted geometric mean, meaning the value changes based on the assigned importance of each currency. So currency basket and weights. It's funny that they say weight, but it's not like you can actually weigh a fucking made up thing that a government either puts on a digital screen or prints onto a bit of paper. But okay, fine. It's basically like hearkening back to real money, which historically has been gold or silver, and they are something that can actually be measured. They are like a tangible object that has a weight, and that's kind of how you determine how valuable it is like how heavy it is, how much of the thing is there. Okay. The basket includes the following currencies and specific weights. Stop saying weight. It's ridiculous. Just say percentage, because that's what it actually is. So the euro, 57.6%, Japanese yen, 13.6%, British pound, 11.9%, Canadian dollar, 9.1%, Swedish krona, 4.2%, and Swiss franc, 3.6%. So there you go. There you go. Let's check out the Aussie dollar. That's a bummer. We want this thing to fucking rally, dude, not sell off. 68.8 US cents. I guess it did hit this, resistance. There's been a few times where it's sold off at that point. And yeah, back down we go. What a bummer. And let's look at the Canadian dollar. Shout out to my sister, who just recently got married to a Canadian and lives in Canada. So, one. Okay. It's pretty much on par right now with the Aussie dollar. So this is Canadian dollar priced against the Aussie dollar. It's pretty much 1 for 1. Fuck, that's fantastic. When was I there? I was there for her wedding in late August, September. So we were there for this period of time, and it was pretty much $1.10. It would, for us to out one Australian dollar, one Canadian dollar bought $1.10 Australian. So the inverse of that is basically one Aussie dollar was worth 90 cents over there, more or less. Something like that. And let's have a look at Bitcoin. And she's selling off. She's going down. I got these two upward sloping channels, and this one busted and this one busted, which was what we were predicting. So more selling down to the next resistance, $58,433. This thing could keep going down. I mean, where's the next? I think, I'm going to make a little prediction here. I think, where are we? So we're here. Yeah, the next major resistance, the next major inflection point. I mean, there's a little one here at 52,000. That's probably where we'll go next. Generally, you just keep going down to the next key, ice lines. But 47,000, that range of 46.5 to 40, nearly 48,000, that's probably the next big one. And, that may be where the bear market ends. It might sort of bottom out there, start to consolidate, form a bullish structure, and then, away we go. Back up, but who knows? Anyway, that's all getting a little ahead of myself. But I think definitely the next level is 53,000. And then after that, it's 40, roughly $47,000. So look out below. A good friend of mine, shout out to my good friend. I won't mention him by name because I haven't asked his permission, but who I play Tuesday tennis with from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. with him and some other old school friends and their kids. He was saying to me that he thought, judging by whoever he's listening to get his technical analysis on Bitcoin, that the price, and this was when we were back in probably April, so the price was roughly $75,000. He was saying that he thought it was going to come back down to about 60,000, and then that would be the time to buy. So around here, but we've sold off even more. We're down to 58,000. So I wonder if he bought. I'm going to have to ask him. I'm going to ask my friend if he bought and if he's copping some losses right now, or if he didn't, if he's sitting and waiting and he was hoping for some sort of a consolidation structure. But we're below that now. So all right, righto. And okay, that's enough of the finance or of the technical analysis of markets. So now we're at antiwar.com. This episode's going to be a bit shorter. It's the first one back in a while. Forgive me, but yeah, I'm just going to get back in the swing of it, do my best anyway. It's been busy, guys. Sorry, just knocked the microphone. But yeah, just been busy with work and stuff like that. I've really been wanting to do more content, but just hasn't panned out that way. So whenever I get a chance, I'll do these. Okay, that's my promise to you is whenever I feel like it. Okay, let's see. So headlines at antiwar.com. Got to reiterate, everyone go check out antiwar.com. It's, if you want to keep up with the latest conflicts and war zones that are happening, this is the best place to find out. So cats, that's Israeli cats, I guess, Israel cats. US hasn't asked Israel to leave Lebanon. 3 killed as Israel continues to attack southern Lebanon. 11,000 buildings destroyed during Israeli invasion of Lebanon. Israeli strikes in Gaza kills 12-year-old. Can't pronounce that name. Aragchi tells Hamas Iran is addressing Gaza in talks with US. Board of Peace moves to crush Palestinian self-determination. That's lovely. Trump asks for $70 billion for Iran war. Qatar, Arab states working on new security framework with Iran. Iran urges US to avoid interpretations that contradict memorandum of understanding. Memo of understanding, as Dave would say. Dave Smith, that is. Check out Dave Smith, great commentator and libertarian, anarcho-capitalist, Jew. US says ISIS leader killed in Syria airstrikes. What about the ISIS leader that is running Syria currently? US launched 68 airstrikes in Somalia this year. Somalia, the longest war in American history. Afghanistan used to be the longest war in American history, and then that ended in 21, I believe. And now Somalia is the longest war in American history. There's some viewpoints. It's really sad. Yeah, I'm not going to read any of the articles. But yeah, please go check them out. Go read them yourself. They're great. Dave DeCamp is usually authoring them. And then he has... Why is that not working? By Dave DeCamp. And then there's a couple other guys there too that do great work. So yeah, check those guys out. Thanks again. Thanks for being patient with me and putting up with me. Really appreciate it. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. It's Friday today, and hope you have a lovely weekend. And as Jesus would say, forgive your trespasses, love your enemies. Peace out, everybody. Much love. Take care.